Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Shadow Tavern. My name is ShadowFox2122, and today, well, you guessed it, it's World of Tanks Friday. The only difference is I'm actually going to try to be recording a live replay. Yes, I am playing as I am talking, so as usual, don't expect me to try and fill every single second with content, because I might be trying to focus. I am being a little pressed for time right now as finals week is slowly approaching. 4 more weeks and I've got my finals. But I am here today on the airfield map with the Mighty Mighty Jageru. Now this tank is kind of a beast with its 170mm cannon. However, I have noticed that I have sincerely terrible luck when it comes to hitting things. A lot of people will blame it on my bad accuracy. Oh look, I am spotted. How much do you want to bet that the artillery will try to shoot me? I'm gonna make a bet here and say, hey, what do you know? Called it. So I'm going to be trying to push up through the middle-ish area. I am not going up or down below in that valley. It's just kind of a death trap if someone's going to shoot me from above. Except I do see a T-110E5 that is about to make a move. So you know what? I'm actually going to change my plans. I'm going to show you how this giant gun works. Hopefully. Or doesn't work, as is usually my case. So this tank has quite good armor, but you kind of got to be a little careful. Now, of course, he spots me and I don't spot him, but I'm almost certain the artillery is going to be aiming at that position for me. Hey, what do you know? Well, that was actually Centurion Action 10. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to wait for him. And by wait for him, I mean not really wait for him, because he's not going to wait for me. Okay, so that E5 might have made a mistake. Okay, not really. Well, there's only so much that you can do, and now T-110E5 is going to start rushing for me, and I'm going to ask for some help. Okay, so here's where the T-110E5 made his big mistake. He tried to rush me, but I am a somewhat veteran TD player. I've played these things a lot. When you are getting rushed by somebody, make sure you put your rear to a wall. If you don't, you will die. That is the problem about tank destroyers, especially big, slow, heavy, stupid ones such as this. As you can see, I did over 1100 damage to that guy by shooting him in the side. That's why people fear this tank. That's the only reason why people fear this tank. If you miss a shot, such as I did, they will try to charge you. If you know what you're doing, you can survive the encounter, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're out of luck. It's just gonna be GG for you. So I'm coming over here to try and help support these guys. But, this E50M seems to be having some issues. And same as me, apparently. And that was unfortunate. I really wish I would have hit his side there. But I do want to try and keep my body in front of this E50M. And since I am indeed reloaded... Okay, I'm a little irritated here. Okay, so I'm probably gonna die here. So this is... Oh, wow. I've actually got decent armor right now. Except I do need to fire. Okay, so I killed one person, and this is probably going to mean that the 263 is going to get me killed here. Oh my god. Come on, Patton. Come on, Patton. Please. Please. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, this is really concerning. He's probably loading the heat here. Just as I am. Okay, yeah, this is no good. Unfortunately for me, I couldn't take on too many people, so... Yeah, that's the Jagdpanzer E100, and a lot of you guys might note, yes, I did switch to heat. Yes, I did fire 2 shells of heat. But it was... I deemed it as necessary for myself, so... Because I really did think I needed it for the 263. Many of you guys might know about the Object 263, which is one of the Russian Tier 10 tank destroyers. It's a little on the overpowered side. It's got amazing armor like the Jagdpanzer. It's super fast. It's got a really good reload, fairly good accuracy, good damage, good penetration. The only bad thing about it is it's an open top with terrible side armor. But apparently not so terrible, as my shell still bounced at roughly a 70-degree angle. So it's not the worst, but it's not the best. If you get shot in the side by high explosive, it's going to hurt. But I mean, come on, it's really fast, it's pretty strong from the front, it's got a good gun. Unlike the Jagdpanzer E100, which just has good armor kind of all around, it's stupidly slow, and I'm going to say decent gun. It does a lot of damage, it has a lot of penetration, especially with its heat shells. But I'm just... and that's kind of the problem. See, this Jagdpanzer E100 still missed, even though he was right there. And hopefully this Waffenträger can take him out. And here's where I think the Jagdpanzer E100 made... Oh, what are you doing, Waffenträger? Are you reloading? No. Okay. Well, that is really unfortunate. This might actually kill him. Oh, no. Well, it's time to do the obligatory GG. That was a good game, and it looks like we just lost. We were outplayed. It's really all we can do, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to the garage. And I do apologize, we are just going to have one replay for you. As I said, I am running a bit out of time, but you will also, in this episode, be getting a small garage review. Oh my god. So, I just want to kind of go back over to that whole tech tree thing. That is kind of important. And this is the tank I was talking about. The Object 263. 1900 hit points, 60 tons, 1050 engine power, top speed of 55, traverse is quite good. 250 hull armor, 80 side, and 50 at the rear. So really, it's not even that bad. You've got a much higher reload. You're looking at roughly 10 seconds per shot, which isn't the best, but it isn't really that bad. You're also looking at around, and I say around for a reason, around 300 millimeters penetration. I believe somewhere around 290 would give it accuracy. Well, not accuracy, but you know what I mean. So, the Jagdpanzer E100, and I'll just show you the details here. I'm going to have lost a lot of money from this. Granted, I only did 2,500 damage with 3 shells. Keep that in mind, 3 shells. And that is how much money I just lost in that battle. The repair costs are high, the ammunition is high, the consumables, they're standard. I just use standard. Didn't get a lot of experience either, for a loss. So when we're looking at the shell cost, you're looking at 7,200 credits per gold shell. Now I only load 3 heat shells, and that's because I believe the heat shells on this tank have 420 millimeters of average penetration. That is insane, and it allowed me to take out that Object 263 with impunity, and that oh-ho, I want to say it was. So this is my standard loadout. We're looking at 16 rounds of armor piercing, 5 rounds of high explosive, 3 rounds of heat. Now you might be asking, why are you bringing 5 rounds of high explosive? Well, because high explosive on this tank, you're a direct fire artillery piece. If you know the KV-2 or the ISU-152 or the SU-152, any of the big Russian derp guns, you will know that you can do a lot of damage. The average damage on one of these high explosive shells is 1,400. If you come across a Waffenträger E100, load high explosive and you will wreck his day. That is a 50% increase in damage from the original 1,050 that you get. So that's just a little on the ammunition. The gun, it's 17 centimeter pack, 170 millimeter, 2.33 rounds of rate of fire, and that is just standard. No gun rammer or anything. 299 millimeters penetration average with AP, 420 with heat, and 85 with high explosive. I would honestly prefer if this was somewhere around 95 to 100. I do feel it kind of needs that, honestly. I mean, it's 170 millimeter high explosive. You can at least give it some justice. Your aiming, for a tank destroyer, you're actually surprisingly inaccurate. 0.35 at 100 meters means that you will end up... It's not terrible, but it's certainly not good. If you look at other tank destroyers in the line, and I'm primarily looking at just the Jagdpanzer, which I used to own. I need to buy it again. I don't know if I can actually... I'd have to look into it. Yeah, you're looking at 0.33. That 0.2 actually makes a significant difference. Believe it or not. I found myself missing a lot of shots that should totally hit because of this accuracy. Whatever you do, I have found, do not fire this gun without aiming. Do not fire it without waiting that 2.7 seconds. The only reason why I did it in some of these battles is because I was a little concerned about getting killed before I was reloading. That brings me on to another point. Well, yeah, this is just the average damage. 1,050, 1,050, 1,400. Aiming time, 2.7 seconds. Not really that good. A big thing about the Jagdpanzer, you saw me angle a lot. Now, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but it's really important to angle somewhere around the lines of this. Now, if you see a Jagdpanzer E100 angled like this, do not shoot the lower glacis, the upper glacis, this section of the superstructure, or the side section of the superstructure. Do not shoot it anywhere. Shoot it right here if you can. You will track it and more than likely penetrate. Now, if you are hull down and you've completely hired your lower glacis, still angle when you're reloading. That increases the likelihood of a bounce here and here. Now, a lot of tanks, they will still be able to see this lovely little machine gun turret on the top. That's 180 millimeters all around. Sure, it can be a little sloped and it's a little rounded. Usually, a lot of times, if someone gets a straight shot on that, they're going to penetrate. Another thing, if you ever have the elevation, always shoot the Jagdpanzer E100 in this section of the engine deck. It's going to sincerely wreck his day. I have found it especially useful when I am fighting one of these things and I have the aiming to do so. I will shoot it into the engine deck all the time. Now, don't expect high explosive to go through, because I do believe this is about 80 millimeters of armor, and most of the time you're going to shoot it around there. Maybe it's 50, I'm not entirely certain. Don't expect high explosive to go in unless if it is artillery at a high angle. Pretty much all across the map, artillery shot from anything that is not the Object 261 Russian Tier 10 artillery. So the next thing, engine, you're looking at 1200 horsepower, tracks 20 degrees a second, and radio 720. That's kind of standard for that. View range is 390, and for the recommended options to put on, I recommend putting on a super heavy spall liner, a large gun rammer, and a binocular telescope. Now you can also change the binocular telescope out for coated optics, which work all the time, especially if you're going to be, turning side to side. And a lot of times you're going to be spotted before you even, get behind that bush. Or if you are behind 3 bushes and fire, yeah, you're spotted. Good luck hiding that gun. But that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. This is my look and review on the Jagdpanzer E100. I know it's a little quick. I am sorry about that. But anyways, I hope that all of you have a great and wonderful April 1st, and I will see all... wow, I'm always getting ahead of myself, aren't I? If you liked this video, hit that like button, punch that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and I will see all of you in the next video. Peace.